Oh no. Spidey fans, you guys scare me. We already did Batman villains and now we're doing the second most glazed character in a row. I'll watch my words so that I don't get hunted down. But anyway, let's get into it. First up, we've got Mr. Gobby, and this isn't up for debate, GOAT tier. You could argue that he's got some corny lines, but Willem embraces that and uses it for the character. I think Green Goblin needs a certain level of cheesiness because it really gets under Spidey's skin. Oh, and good luck to Marvel once Willem retires because no one can capture the character's evilness as well as him. We've seen them try. We'll get to that buffoon later. We all love you, Willem. Now we have Sandman, and this was probably my toughest choice yet, but the hardest choices require the strongest wills. He's going in amazing. I really wanted to put him in GOAT, but I got some other ones I'm putting there, and he wouldn't really fit right with them, so I'm comfortable with this tier. He has probably my favorite motive out of any villain because of how relatable he is. His daughter is sick, and he can't afford the medicine to help her, so he has to rob some people to get the money, which then, of course, makes him look like the bad guy when all he was trying to do is provide. In the moment of doing all of this, he accidentally shoots Spidey's uncle when he was trying to take his car to get away from the cops. He's not asking for forgiveness. He's asking for you to understand. I'm so tempted to give him GOAT tier, but No Way Home kind of washes that whole motive away and doesn't necessarily butcher him, but it's not as special. Love this villain, and he gets the very top of amazing. Now we have Harry, and oh, this is my GOAT right here. Absolute Sigma male this guy is. He protected Peter in high school, but now he's got to kick his little ass. As you can see, I'm a big Harry fan, but even I can admit he's a way better hero than he is a villain. Still not a bad villain by any means, though. This guy had every right to turn evil when he found out his best friend took out his father and never told him. I'd say W crash out. But after being told by his butler that his father was a psychotic, bipolar, evil maniac that actually took himself out, he eventually comes back to the good side. James Franco is just another one of those people that you can't replace because he plays the character so damn well. Again, we've seen them try that before. God, I hate that piece of shit. I'm getting off track, but Harry gets top of amazing as well. Now we have Otto, and guys, I'm sorry. I promise not everyone's gonna be this high, but clearly he's a GOAT. I mean, was it ever even a question? This man was full of quotes and wisdom, and before the 9 feet corrupt long legs were drilled into his neck, he was a damn good guy too. He was trying to steer Peter in the right direction by giving him advice so priceless that Elon Musk couldn't even buy. This dude Otto was done perfectly in both movies he was in, and Alfred Molina balanced his evilness and greatness perfectly in my opinion. Other than that, not too much to say about him that hasn't already been said. He's a GOAT. We now have Eric from that 70s show. Oh wait, no, that's Venom. Nah, but for real, I actually prefer this version of Venom over Tom Hardy's. This is due to the fact that he's actually a bad guy. Anyway, he gets great tier. I think this is a good spot for him due to some of the writing holding him back. I definitely think he gets too much hate alongside the movie as well. Sure, he's not the best villain, but he fit good with what it was. I was actually hoping to see him come back in No Way Home. Great tier for him, and might I say, this was the most Division 1 hater in all of fiction? Bro was praying for the man upstairs to strike Peter down, if you catch my drift. Also, did I mention, I like being bad. It makes me happy. Lizard's up next, and I'm so ready for this. He easily has the worst motive out of any villain known to man. He wants to release a gas that spreads all through New York City and turns everyone into lizards. What the fuck? I don't know if Stan Lee wrote this character or what, but whoever did, you had to be high off your ass to think that was even remotely close to a good motive. Now, motive aside, I really like the casting for Kirk Connors because he does play a convincing doctor. I also think that the lizard design that they ended up going with was very intimidating, and they really cooked on making it feel like Spidey could get packed up. So as he has his cons, he also has his pros, and that forces me to put him in meh. Now we have Electro, and this one's weird because the concept is cool, but the execution wasn't all that good. Making a being that is fully made up of electricity is dope, but there's 2 reasons why I don't care for this Electro. One is that he just looks goofy. I don't know what it is, but I don't care for the design. And 2 is that his motive is not too good. I'd say it's better than lizards, but not by much. He wants recognition from his boss at work and doesn't get it, so he uses his powers to show his wrath. All right then. If I ask my boss to give me the recognition I think I deserve, I'd get bitch slapped 7 ways till Sunday. And then you get mad at Spidey for trying to stop you from terrorizing all of New York because your dumbass had a bad day at work? This Electro gets the same tier as Lizard, but I would say he's slightly better than that weird reptile thing. Oh God, this dumbass's real power is disintegrating your damn brain cells every time he speaks. Just don't give me Rhino at all if this is what I get. What the hell were they thinking wasting such a cool character? I couldn't believe my eyes when this jackass appeared on my screen for the first time. This weirdo poses absolutely no threat to Spidey. That's why his ass got clocked with a sewer cap. This dude Spider-Man held down L1 and R1, and it was lights out. What a pathetic, moronic, buffoonery decision to do to this character what they did. Atrocious. Get this bum off my screen. Next. Now we have Vulture, and I'm gonna say it, he's amazing. Yep, fight me. This version of Vulture is a top-tier villain, and I almost put him in GOAT, but I'll give it a couple more years until I can fully make that decision. He was just a normal blue-collar dude that was doing his job until the government came over and shut all of his shit down, forcing him to basically turn into the Vulture. So after he got his people together and built his suit, he started basically just robbing rich people. Look at that, he's the fucking Robin Hood of Marvel, except he keeps the money, which is very respectable. He wasn't even hurting anybody in the process. But then Goody Two-Shoes Spidey came in and got pieced up so many times, but lucked out that Iron Goat could bail him out. Very good villain, and Keaton is such a good casting for him. Then we got Shocker, and first off, I'm going to put them all in the same category to get them out of the way. I will never forgive Marvel for doing Shocker this dirty. I mean, goddamn, do you have to butcher almost every good villain? By the way, I know this probably isn't Shocker, but I can't remember who he is, so I just threw him in the same category. Shocker is such a cool character in the comics, but absolutely horrible in the movie. He gets one scene where he punches a bus with a shitty-ass taser fist thing, and it scares Peter at first, but then he gets his web shooters back, and that's the end of Shocker. I just need to stop thinking about this before I go into a state of depression. Oh wow, I can't wait to piss everyone off with this, but Mysterio is GOAT tier. I will full-on admit that I have been severely biased about Mysterio ever since I first saw him in the cartoons. He's just got that swag, and the way he can mess with Spidey's mind is ridiculous. Even with Spidey sense, he's still struggling. I think both the movie and Mysterio are underrated and overhated. Plus, Jakey G is obviously amazing in everything he's in. Now we got the No Way Home Electro, and I won't dive too much into this cause I already talked about him, but they pretty much took everything bad about him and made it better. Respect. Great tier. Next, we got Tom Hardy's Venom and the other villain from his movie. That shit's so weird, but I'm gonna put them both in the same category. Great. Like I said earlier, I like when Venom's, not a hero, but it's all right with what they did, I guess. And as for the other villain, I can't even remember his name. Next. Now we have my favorite symbiote of them all, Carnage. He's easily the most evil and savage. He had Venom looking like Hulk after he fought Thanos. Sony doesn't do really anything good with their movies, but Carnage is an exception. I remember first finding out about him from the Lego Marvels game. Oh geez, no. Anyway, he's an amazing villain. He also definitely deserves a good movie as well. Lastly, we have the shit stain, and oh my god, let me just get this out of the way. Atrocious. This motherfucker is such a damn embarrassment to the character Harry. It's unbelievable. James Franco walked so that this motherfucker could have ran, but instead they turn him into some wannabe Green Goblin. He's just so weird too, and his motive is horrible. He wants Spidey's blood so that he could live, but Spidey isn't comfortable with giving him his blood because he thinks something bad could happen. That's what makes this motherfucker crash out. Not to mention he kills my wifey, so that alone makes him in the lowest tier possible. Fuck this atrocious piece of shit, motherfucker. Excuse my language, but damn. He is enough to ruin my entire day just by the thought. Him and Rhino in the same movie makes me want to find the nearest bridge and, well, you know the rest. Anyway, that's all live-action Spider-Man villains ranked, and I know you Spidey fans are ruthless, but hopefully this is respectable. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed the vid, and as always, make sure you're not like this guy.